Okay, I can get this stream done, then I can put in time for Naturia, though will that give me time to write the next video? I can't decide! I can't take a break! I got so much to do with so little time! I have too many things going on. Hey Loki, you ever think maybe I should call it quits? I mean, I've been going at it for 13 years, and I really want to make this game. But I have other projects that would be easier to manage, and the reviews take a lot of time too. I could either end it or take a long-ass break. After the season, of course, which won't be over until January 2025, yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to do this. I need to try and get what I absolutely want to do done before time is up, meaning I really need to think about what I put out until then, but where to start? You know, I've always wanted to do a video about commercials.
I don't believe in fretting and grieving.
Why mess around with strife?
I never was caught out.
Today, I am going to do something a little fun, talking about various commercials that are animal themed. People try to market their products by catering towards a particular audience and using animal iconography to do just that. Think of the following as Animercials. Point is, I got commercials to show, reminisce, and poke fun of, so let's do this. Here are some of the many Animercials you can find in the media.
I don't believe in fretting and grieving.
Why mess around with strife?
I never was caught out. Step out and strut out. Give me the simple life.
Hey kids, guess who's back in town?
Now, obviously I'm starting out with something Leo or Kimba related, except he's not even in this ad. It's just his friends who are excited to see a realistic bunny.
Funny, I had lots of fun telling you about my Easter adventures, and I've got so much more to tell you.
Yeah, it talks, but why are the cartoon animals impressed? They can talk too! Big whoop! But seriously, this is one of those hotline number commercials to get kids to call them and waste $2 on the first minute, and then another 45 cents per minute after. But this one isn't even anything special. It's a freaking bunny! What stories would it have versus Kimba? I imagine it's likely due to legal stuff, but still. Kids may like animals, but not that much.
$2 per call.
Something's coming up the...
Oh, this one's a classic.
Giant turtles out to get him, creepy crabs are right behind. Fireflies, cheaper shikes, they're all coming out the pipes. Mario, where are you?
Yeah, back when Nintendo was mostly about arcade releases, they did port some games to Atari consoles. This one definitely lets you know what you're in for, as you got giant turtles, giant crabs, giant flies. Wait. Is Luigi about to get his head chopped off? He's fine in the end, but still, what the hell is going on? One thing is certain, you better get this game if you want to help the Mario Brothers.
Mario, where are you? Mario Brothers, new from Atari.
Well, I had to include at least one of these because of that new Barbie movie. You can never have enough Barbie doing anything, and this one shows what you can do with her pet dog, who shares a name with the Full House family. However, the real reason I'm showing you this is because...
Excuse us.
the dog is literally eating its own crap. I'm not joking. Sure, toys need to be simple enough to work with its mechanics, but why would you put in a pooping function? And since Barbie can scoop it up, I guess she's going to feed the dog more poo. Why would you do that? That's nasty. Can you do anything else with dogs that aren't disgusting?
Barbie doll and her dog Tanner set me everything for potty training.
Well, okay, this one isn't too bad. Subaru is no stranger to using dogs in place of humans, which is cute enough. Maybe you can use Bluey one of these days. It's also worth noting that these ads tell a story when you put them together. The first one I have has a male dog with his family in a car when he sees... Oh, but that's that's nothing. The next one shows the wife cheating on her husband by dating another dog. Or is that their daughter? I can't really tell. They kinda look alike. There are some genuinely cute moments that are there to show how the cars are dog tested, dog approved. But what's with the weird drama? One even shows the car after it got wrecked by the valet attendant, who happens to be a cat. Still, compared to what I have later, these are relatively tame as far as car commercials go.
A circus, and they've got Trix.
Trix, a classic food commercial about a funny cartoon rabbit trying to eat his own brand of cereal. Sure, that would work the first time you get the kids to try it, but after that, it's a matter of the flavor that brings them back. Still, like any cartoon, it was fun watching the rabbit and his many shenanigans.
Stop that rabbit! He has our tricks!
Too late. Adios.
Only to be constantly foiled and the kids say,
Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids.
realistically, anyone can eat it, since when it comes to eating breakfast, it can be pretty costly. Then again, most of these commercials have the rabbit disguising himself as an adult and getting the cereal that way. So the kids just don't want the rabbit eating Trix. What are they, speciest or something?
You shall.
The rabbit does manage to get the cereal in 1991 when he wins a bike race, only for a judge to stop him. Some arguing follows, and now the kids have to vote on the problem. Since they don't want to look like absolute jerks like in the other commercials, they finally say yes.
Just this once, the rabbit wins the Trix, the fruity, delicious part of a complete breakfast. Wow!
He then realized that the cereal wasn't meant to be eaten by rabbits, and he dies of stomach complications. Don't panic though, he's back in future ads, and this whole thing is forgotten. Oh, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the one time Trix did a collab with the Got Milk ads, just when the rabbit finally gets to eat his cereal after buying the stuff.
Got milk.
Overall, the rabbit had some good staying power where his antics continued to be enjoyable, even if the premise of those commercials remained the same.
Happy birthday to me.
Gather round, mice.
What are we doing, boss?
We're going in for the big cheese, but it's every mouse for himself.
Admit it, you were one of those kids who bought this just to play with the contraption. I don't remember the game itself being easy or intuitive to play, but the trap itself was neat. One of the commercials from the 90s had the mice trying to get cheese while inadvertently playing the game. That's nice, but I liked the other commercial that had someone else explain it.
Mouse trouble? Then you need Mousetrap. Mousetrap, I guarantee it's the craziest trap you'll ever see. Just turn the crank and snap the plank and boot the marble right down the chute. Now watch it roll and hit the pole and knock the ball in the rubber up top.
He really knows how to sell this thing. He's like a cat version of Lyle Lanley, overselling something you don't really need, but man, you are listening. Goes to show that if you have a catchy song and some fun characters to match, you'll win them over.
Mousetrap, I guarantee it's the craziest trap you'll ever see. I knew you were a winner. Mousetrap from Milton Bradley.
Mouse.
Don't.
Shiver, FurReal.
Oh, FurReal Friends, you're like the cheap substitute for real pets, which is fitting since they're from Tiger Electronics, aka the same company behind those Tiger handheld games. Sure, they do seem well made, like the dog in this commercial.
Biscuits, no loving pup. There's tricks when I tell him, it even sits up.
But really, if your kids wanted a real pet and you got them this, would they really be as happy as the kids in the commercials? Or would it turn out like this?
あーにゃんち、犬いる。
だからどうした
That said, a little credit is due to them having a go at animals that are normally not considered pets. Otherwise, might be better to do something totally original.
Lauren Tyler, the playful tiger, from FurReal. Batteries not included.
Me Amanda.
Furbies! The poster child of the fad toy thanks to superb marketing and a unique gimmick. In the case of Furbies, they have infrared ports that let them communicate with other Furbies. and there's a learning program that lets them learn real words. But all that only helped the toys sell for a few years. Even with that one movie I covered before, these things kind of faded from the mainstream. But through the power of social media and nostalgia, these things would come back from time to time. Nowadays, they make for good meme material, and that's one way to maintain an image, and as long as they have that unique design, people will look back on it with fondness.
Furby, each sold separately, batteries not included.
Now for some more video game commercials. On the Super Nintendo, we have a whole trilogy of Donkey Kong games that are all good in their own way, and their commercials really describe what they're about. The first one lets you know that you're in for an authentic jungle experience on a 16-bit console. I mean, this was during the peak of the console wars, and Nintendo usually got the upper hand thanks to its games. Even Sega couldn't hope to compete with that Donkey Kong game, but it's the next one that's really special. Anyone who's played the second game knows how difficult it is, and in my opinion, this commercial points that out in its own way. Like, you have to be tougher than this gorilla if you want to beat this hard game. Gorillas are normally strong, but this game? It's something else.
Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. It's even tougher than the original.
So the third game must have a cool commercial too, right? Well...
Something wild is coming. Something you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, this one is weird. Like, is the man-ape supposed to be Kitty Kong? And is that woman Dixie Kong or Candy Kong? At least the game looks good.
Donkey Kong Country 3 starring Kitty Kong.
Excuse me, but I think it's starring Dixie Kong? The one whose name is on the title? You know what? I take it back. The first two commercials are great, but this one is just dumb.
Yes.
There's something you don't see every day.
옛날에
Well, this looks cute. A cartoon about the tortoise and the hare. What are they advertising?
놀고 있었어요.
What the hell? Why is the hare making that face? And why does the tortoise remind me of Venus de Milo? What in the hell are they selling?
회원 가입 없이도 혜택은 그대로. 모텔 가자, 뭐가?
Oh, I see. It's for those Japanese love hotels. But that doesn't make it less icky. You literally hook us with the hare doing a face that only means trouble. These better be some fine-ass hotels if you're willing to get outrage clicks for this.
Nonsense. They're no different than ordinary hotels. The rooms are a bit fancier, that's all.
Oh, well, in that case, this ad is completely useless. Thanks for nothing. Next. No. Next.
I have a truly genius way to get the kids away.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Chip the Wolf here. Delicious Cookie Crisp cereal there.
But I thought you were a dog. Well, here's the thing. There was a time where Chip was a dog, but due to changing times, General Mills ended up changing their mascot. Again. It started with Cookie Jarvis, a wizard who wanted kids to have cookies for breakfast. Then there's the Cookie Crook, who would try to steal the cereal, and later alongside his loyal pet named Chip the dog.
Cookie Crook can't resist Cookie Crisp cereal. Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, he says that a lot before being caught by the now named Cookie Cop. Then the Cookie Crook disappears somehow, and they made the cop into a villain?
Hand over the Cookie Crisp.
But officer!
No cookies for breakfast while I'm on duty.
But you used to tell kids to buy the cereal. What happened? Aren't you supposed to be a good guy? That's why you're a cop, right?
Don't make me laugh. Just because someone joins the police doesn't make them some kind of agent of justice.
Damn you, reality! But even the cop bit the dust, and Chip was all that's left. Then he got remodeled into a wolf in 2005. And while I can kinda see him going the route of the Trix rabbit, he's more like a Wile E. Coyote ripoff, just not as good.
Does it taste like a cookie?
Yes, everything you taste like cookies!
But this is a breakfast cereal.
It's cool! Hey, Chris!
I suppose it's fitting that a mediocre cereal would try so hard to stay relevant that its advertising also decline in quality. Even when you imitate the greats, you still fail.
Hey, Chris! Next time it's mine!
Hey, Jimmy.
Ah yes, Quickie, who may or may not have been inspired by the Trix rabbit. Either way, he sure loves chocolate milk. So much so that his ears get all twisted. He had some fun commercials, though one of the oddest ones I found is where he's diving into a pool from a great height, only to... Yes, that is actually happening. Your eyes are not tricking you. It does kind of look like poo water.
Milk.
The chlorine is delicious. Of course, it always seems like he's trying to be the hip, cool kid that everyone looks up to. Like here, where they watch some lady buy Nesquik Mix.
Attention units, code yellow in aisle 5.
What is this, Kids Next Door?
Hi, Mrs. Johnson.
Can we help you with your groceries?
But I only have enough milk for 6 of you. A bit much, maybe, but humorous enough.
Fun! You can get the specially marked Nesquik pack with details on a free Hot Wheels race car.
In Australia, there were these stop-motion commercials featuring the YoGo Gorilla, who would star in a bunch of movie parodies alongside his snake buddy and sometimes his lioness girlfriend. They were all animated by Nick Duncan, best known for the Bill and Tony miniseries. And this ad is a direct parody to the 1994 movie Speed. It's hilarious.
There's a bomb on this bus!
Of course, he only cares about eating the yogurt before anything while letting the snake do all the work. Gotta show off how this pack has toppings you can sprinkle on with the side cup. It's just utter chaos and mayhem at this point.
Out of the way! Get out of the way!
Hey, Gov, got 2 bob?
But it's the kind of chaos we don't see anymore. And to think that this ad wasn't seen in the US. I wish I had some YoGo Gorilla yogurt right now.
Wow, what a blast! Just like new YoGo Gorilla mix. Seriously rough stuff.
If you're a 90s kid like me, you'd remember how Coca-Cola had polar bears in its ads. They're played pretty straight because they don't talk, and their acting only goes so far as their bodies would allow. Granted, it's still exaggerated for the sake of advertisement, but these are still cute since they lead up to having a nice cold one without dialogue. I think my favorite is the one where the cub loses its ball, only for a seal to get it back. Knowing how polar bears eat seals, it's nice that they reward their prey with a Coca-Cola instead. Another ad is about the polar bears coming across a bunch of dancing penguins. A cub slides down on accident to crash the party, and a baby penguin responds by doing this. Even when the visuals for this line of commercials by the 2013 Super Bowl, that sincere tone is still there. They aren't overplaying it like Norm of the North or anything, it's just cute advertisement. Speaking of the Super Bowl, here's one of the strangest things to come out of the event in 2016.
Puppy monkey baby. Puppy monkey baby. Puppy monkey baby.
Puppy monkey baby. Can anyone explain who this could appeal to? The tagline is that it's 3 awesome things combined.
Dew, juice, caffeine.
But what is awesome about this abomination? Puppies I get, but monkeys and babies? I've had enough talking monkeys to know that's not true. And as for the babies... This was mostly done to get memed. It's funny for being so stupid, but it's still a waste of a Super Bowl space. You could argue that it's better than some of the more controversial ads that play nowadays, but it doesn't make this any better.
Furby monkey baby, Furby monkey baby.
Mountain Dew Kickstart. Dew, juice, caffeine.
Got another one here.
Yeah, I have to include this simply because it's funny. For those not in the know, it's about some fishermen needing to debone their catches. So one of them will always say,
I'll do it. What gives? You want to do it? Just wait till you see what I've got. It's the Wonder Boner. And you slide him through the ring on the Wonder Boner, and voila! The Wonder Boner. My wife would like that.
Oh my god, I can't. I mean, they're milking their silly name for all it's worth, and it's working. I can't even call it innuendo when the characters are in on the joke. If not for the fact they have to cut the fish heads off, I'd say them fish be getting the blowjob of death. I can't say if the product works or not because I obviously never used one, but if I were a fisherman, I'd probably try it.
I think the Wonder Boner's a winner. So, Dave, where did you get the Wonder Boner? It's funny you should ask.
Okay, time to get into some really weird ones. Here's an appetizer before really digging into the main course. Hey look, McDonald's has Sonic merchandise! In Pakistan! But still, that's cool. What did they get?
Soccer. Sonic skateboard.
That doesn't look right.
Rogue and Emmy tennis.
Oh my god! That looks nothing like Rouge. Or wait, they called her Rogue? What? And oh no. Cream, what did they do to you? Shadow, are you okay? And Knuckles, he's fine. These seriously look like bootlegs, but I assure you, this was legit. The LCD games were licensed by Sega, but whoever approved this commercial just... oh no. But we haven't really started getting into the truly weird commercials, and already I'm laughing my ass off.
I'm loving it.
Okay, now we get to those ads with animal people in a realistic environment, like this ad for Kibbutzim College in Israel. Because if you don't go to this college, you can become a sharkhead who loves eating people, a chameleon who changes moods, a fox who is conniving and scheming, or a cobra who bites at anything. All while having bodies that are completely human, except the head. It's like you need to have a sense of humanity or we're no different from animals. If that's the case, why not go with greedy pigs or fat cats? That'll drive home the point to be more human than not.
At Seminar Kibbutzim College, we believe you can succeed and stay human. Join us at Study Education and Arts. Seminar Kibbutzim College, to succeed and stay human.
I always used to...
Evolving from animal-headed humans, we have beast folk that look and act human. And what are they selling? Hard to say, because while Orangina has been around since the 1930s, their ads in the late 2000s portray it as a multi-purpose liquid. It's a drink, a substitute for milk, mouthwash, floor cleaner, facial cleanser, conditioner, aftershave, a guy magnet.
Orangina, naturellement.
Like, holy hell, did a furry direct all these? That would explain why some of them look incredibly horny or smoking hot, and just when you thought they couldn't get any hornier, they do. So you can imagine this caused a lot of outrage since this was a product intended for children and young people. Some claim the product was being aimed at adults, and maybe that would make sense if these commercials aired on networks intended for adults. But otherwise, these commercials are memorable for all the wrong reasons.
À teneur garantie en fruits, découvrez Orangina Cowboy, existe aussi en indien.
Now that would be the end, except I'm one segment short of 20, so I'm doing one more commercial. And while it's not animal themed per se, it's a doozy. May I present...
Kinder, Yebo Shaky. Me unscrabbly.
So, what manner of being created this thing? Obviously it's supposed to be Humpty Dumpty, but why is he made of flesh? Did a human bang a chicken and somehow created this thing? Did SCP-3199 create this? Is it speaking German or some unknown language?
Chock-a-doobie! Doubly chock-a-doobie! Pop swabble! Toy! Yodel yum and choco scrum with multi-pop swabble dies! Oh, grubbly!
This originally aired in the UK back in 1983, and it was pulled off the air for scaring children. And could you blame them? With how realistic this looks and the close-up shots of the egg's face, I'll be having nightmares too! Maybe this is why Kinder Joys weren't around in the US, but if it was, we'd probably end up with this.
Me scrooble now! Snuggle! Whee!
Kinder Surprise from Ferrero.
Okay, that should do it. Besides that last one, those were all the Animercials I could showcase. I know there are plenty of other commercials I could have shown. Maybe I can do this sort of video again before season's end. But otherwise, I just felt like I needed to do this. Until such a time that I can do this again, I'm the Media Hunter. Media's my prey, and reviewing them my way.